Hi friend, today we are painting this super cute, super fun, whimsical, folk art inspired landscape. So sit back and enjoy. To begin, I am using my new Roman Smalls Jane Blundell watercolor palette and my Etcher Everyday Cold Press sketchbook once again. And I have here the sketch already drawn out and we will begin. I'm going to go ahead and flip this upside down because I don't want to use any masking fluid and it's going to make the sky a lot easier. If I lose my voice or whatever, it's because I'm finding a cold along with the rest of my family right now. But I'm going to begin by taking some ultramarine blue and some of this Indothrone blue because I want a dark sky. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and take some of this. I don't have these colors memorized, but this shadow gray is a really pretty color. So I'm gonna begin here, and I think I'm actually I want to do kind of like a wet on wet. So I'm just gonna go around. And if I don't get this absolutely perfect, the good thing is we will be going in with our P.H. Martin at the end. But probably should start down here. It will just make things a lot easier and do it this way. Trying to keep my hand out of it. And this is other than me doing the sketch, this is the first time I have used this paint. So I'm still kind of getting used to it. And we'll see what my verdict is when it's all done. Trying to be mindful of my trees, but if they're not perfect, that's fine. Trying to see where my sketch is as well. Okay. Yay. That part is done. Sometimes I sketch I paint so slow around things that I end up with a hard line, like right here. And once you get a hard line, it's really hard to get it out. And I should be using smoother strokes, but like I said, I am trying to get it out. And I love this shadow violet color. It's very pretty. If anybody else has used the Roman Smalls, please let me know down in the comments below. I will be quite curious about that. Or you guys, during the premiere, if you feel like talking, go right on ahead. So that is done. We may have to go back in and even it up, but that is fine. I'm going to go ahead and rinse my brush. And I am gonna use a couple different sizes of brushes. Right now I'm using my Winsor & Newton Cotman size 10. But I am gonna go ahead and I am gonna switch to my silver black velvet size 8. Because I feel that it's smaller and I'll have a little bit more control. So now I'm gonna go in with some of this Aquarius green. I think it's a very pretty color. And we're going to just go ahead and put that here. I'm really curious about these paints. I've had them for a minute they will be, just so you know, when I do my art haul, these will definitely be in that haul. I couldn't wait no longer. I wanted to use them, so that's what I'm doing. So I figured this would be a good way for me to test them out. And I love these whimsical folk art paintings I have been doing. I think they're just so cute. And I just love it so much. And so while this paint is wet, I'm going to go ahead and I want to put in some of this perylene green. And I can tell you right now, you guys, these are so juicy. Wow. It has a decent pigment load and all that. So I'm going to try to spread this out a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put green over here as well. So we're going to use some of this Aquarius green. And these colors that I am using, here is the green. Here is the perylene, which is here. These are so juicy. I am really loving these. Wow. We'll have to see how it dries, but I think it's really great. Hopefully I am recording, and I am. Okay. And then my sky color. And I like in my sketchbook to go ahead and put it on the page beside it, the colors I am using. I'm trying to remember to do that. Okay. So moving on back to this. Hopefully I don't have a hard line. But if I do, we'll just kind of go back over it and it should be okay. Kind of come in here. Sorry guys, my hand's in the way. I'm trying to do a lot better with that. I think this is going to be super cute. So did anybody do anything special for New Year's Eve? I did not this year. Last year, my boyfriend and I went to Texas to see his family, and we were not able to do it this year. He wasn't able to get the time off. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. Kind of tickling it in. And then I'm gonna clean my brush a little bit so it's just thirsty and just kind of spread it out a little bit. And then I'm just gonna leave it alone. We may have to go back in and darken that up. So now I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this gold color. And then after that, we're going to let this dry. And for that, I want to use quinacridone gold. I absolutely love this color. And then to warm it up, we'll end up putting some of that. I think we'll end up putting some of that mummy transparent red. Might be really pretty in it. So this palette is new for me, so the colors I'm just trying to get used to. And if I'm quiet here, guys, it's because I'm concentrating. If my hand's in the way, I'm sorry. I do apologize. But basically, what I am trying to do is fill in this little hill here. And I can tell you, these silver black velvet brushes are really nice. I think they do an amazing job. And they are highly recommended from me. Now, with that being said though, I do not, well, the smaller brushes I do, but this, I feel for detail. And like if I'm doing florals, I don't know, I almost like a stiffer brush. So I think it just kind of depends on what you're doing. Okay, I'm going to take some of this color here, and hopefully I'm not too late on it. But I want it to be a little bit darker on the bottom. So now I'm going to try to spread this out. And I'm trying to get used to this paint on this paper. It almost feels like it's slippery. I don't know if that makes sense, but the paper is relatively smooth. And it almost feels like it's slippery on here. It's really creamy. And so it's something I'm getting kind of used to, because my other paint, because I'm used to painting with Winsor and Newton, and it's just different than this. So, not bad different, just different. I want to get that a little bit darker. And if there's anything that's not right, because on the green, this gradient, sorry if I can get my words out. Words are hard today, obviously. So taking it down. And then I want to try to clean that up a little bit right here, because I did not want that to be in there like that. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and just take a smaller brush that's been cleaned, because I am filling at that. And there's no mistakes. That's why we're practicing in our sketchbook. Just lessons to be learned. Okay. And that's fine. And then if you really want to, for something like this, you can just go like that. And then blend that color out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and leave it alone. We're going to come back once this is dried. And we will continue on. Okay. Now that it is dry, for the most part, I just went over this one here. I wanted it to be, to even it up a little bit more. And I am taking a little bit of this golden ochre and a little bit of this quin gold. A little bit of this ochre. Actually, take a little bit of geothite. I like this geothite color. I think it's really pretty. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start on think we're gonna go ahead and do this. Now, I want to do it a real, extremely light yellow. Extremely light. So I'm going to dab off some of the darkness. Sorry, somebody's decided to bump music at midnight. People are just so rude around here. Okay, so I love this lightness of this color. And we're just going to go ahead and leave that alone. Now, we're going to go ahead and do these bushes. And we're going to begin by, I'm going to go ahead and switch to my Silver Black Velvet size 6 round brush. And I am going to begin by using this Mummy color. Mummy Transparent Red. And we're going to just fill these in. And then these will take probably a couple coats. And we'll get these done. Make sure I'm recording. And I am super. And then we're going to go to this one. We're going to go to like every other one. This way we can go ahead and like layer it. You'll see. Go ahead and do this one. And then this one. And then we will come back in. Okay. Wonderful. And then we're going to go ahead and come down here. And I am going to go back to my Silver Black Velvet size 8. And actually, I am going to wet this area first. Because I think I'm not moving fast enough today. And I think I want to do the wet on wet. I think it just... To me, I think that is the easiest way to do a gradient, and that's what I want to do. So we're going to get this nice and wet, and I have this yellow color. I'm going to go ahead and dab it off, and then I want to go ahead and fill in this yellow color that we are using. And this is that geothite and quin gold kind of mix. And it makes a beautiful color. And we're using this transparent red oxide. And that is a very lovely color. The color on this is very pretty. Okay, now we're going to go back in. Not having your paintbrush roll. But we're going to go in with this transparent mummy transparent red. Alrighty. And we're going to do this one. But I wanted it to have an edge. So that is why, as a tip, we did every other. And then we are going to come back with shading. Okay. There we go. And then for this, which I should have done, we're going to go ahead and wet this once again. A little bit too much. Smoothing it out because I want the water to be even. Okay. And then I'm going to take some of this transparent red oxide in this mix. So a little bit of the Quin Gold, some of this geothite, and then I want to have some of this ready. Okay. So I am beginning by this, and then what I want to do is I want to blend it out to the top because I want it to be lighter on top and then darker on the bottom. Lovely. And taking some more of that mix, wiping it off, and then blending it out in and up. And then we are going to let that dry, and then we can go back over that. But in the meantime, now we're going to take this size 2, and I'm going to take some more of this Mummy Transparent Red. Getting the name down a little bit now. And very carefully, trying not to put my hand in it, I'm going to go over this. And I am just going to dab this on. On all of these. It's very, very relaxing. Kind of putting it darker towards the other bush and then trying to fade it out. Doing the same. Trying to fade it out. These just little detail. Oh. Put the mic back on. These little details just make so much difference. It really does. You would think it doesn't, but this is where your painting just really comes together. And we still got to do the house yet. So we're going to go ahead and let that dry and let that dry. And I want to move on to the roof. Now for the roof, I am going to take the mixture of the sky color. And I am going to take some of this, once again, Mummy Transparent Red. And I'm going to get a somewhat, I guess I'm going to take some of this Enderthrone. And there we go. That is the perfect shade. And I want to go ahead and fill in the roof. And I'm just going ahead and using my size 2 round. You can use whatever size brush, but I prefer to use a little smaller one so I have a little bit more control. And it has a sharp point. And then going ahead and painting the second roof. These little whimsical paintings are just so cute. I really hope you guys are not minding them. Let me know if you're getting tired of them. Maybe we can do something different for a while. But everybody has been seeming to love these ever so much. And I have as well. They have been a lot of fun. Okay. And there we go on that. And then I am going to take a little lighter coat and I want to do the windows. So I'm going to put one here. Too much water. Because I want to make a dark mix. So I'm going to take some more of that Ended Throne and some of that Mummy transparent red. And then I'm going to dab it off because I want it to be rather dark. And we're just doing kind of tall, skinny windows. Okay, there's one. Sorry, my hands are shaking. But here's two. Trying not to have my hands in the way, but there's really no good way. We're going to put a window here. And then I want to put a window here. One here. And one here. And then the door. And then, very lightly, I want to draw the line here to show a little bit of a dividing space. And then, very lightly, once the window's dry, we're going to come back and we're going to add in a little bit more shading. In the meantime, I'm going to take some of this Cypress Raw Umber for our tree. And you want to try to use light hand, light touch for these little delicate branches. Making them come out at different points. I'm loving this. I love these little whimsical trees. They're so fun, so relaxing to do. And then I want to take some of this color that we were using I just want to add just a little hint of color in the background. And you can see these little touches just make a difference. Okay, I love, love, love how this is looking. Okay, and so now I'm going to take some more of this Mummy Transparent Red. And I want to put the stripes in here. Like I said, it's the details sometimes. It makes a little bit of difference. Okay. I wanted to make sure I'm recording. I stop sometimes and have to pause, and for you guys, it don't seem like no time has passed, but other times it has. But these little whimsical folk landscapes, or folk art style landscapes, are just have been really a lot of fun, and they're really cute, I might say. So now what I would like to do is I want to go in now with this one over, actually with this Indian red. Let's add a little bit more of this darker shade yet. And then I am going to just put this on this side. Now, as a review for this paint, I would have to say it is definitely a win. Whoa. However, it's going to take a minute to get used to with this this paper, with it being smoother. I kind of almost think I would like this watercolor a little bit better. I think if it was on a rougher surface. I'm not used to, I've never used core paint, so I'm not quite used to the movement as such to this. So that is going to take a minute to get used to. However, I really do like it. It's really creamy. It's just trying to keep control of the, making sure with the water control and not to have it spread too much. And like I said, I really love how this is looking. Super cute. And I really love that tree with the moon. Oh, nice. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add color to this side because it is away from the moon. So we're going to use a very watered down version. So I'm going to go ahead and take my size 6 and I want to blend this out. Because I want it to have some color, but not too much, because it's a white house. But it's going to have a darker side, which I want to show that, so. And trying not to have a hard line. And just that little bit of color makes it different. And we still got to add actual shading. And then I messed up a little bit right here, guys. I totally forgot, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and let that dry. And then what I was going to do is I am going to take my Faber-Castell watercolor pencil, and I just want to add little marks on this side, just to provide a little bit of texture. To it. I think it's going to add a really cute look. And all I'm doing is just like little lines. And then I'm going to leave this one, I think. We'll go ahead. It'll just add that much more texture. I'm going to go ahead and add these little lines to this as well. And we are almost done. I really hope you guys are enjoying this whimsical folk art. Folk art inspired. Because I don't know if it's exactly folk art, but it's definitely inspired by folk art. But I like adding these little bit of lines. It's just, like I said, just adding a little bit more texture to it. And I don't like how this is, so one of the ways I can find to fix it is by adding some more texture to it. And with doing so, it's gonna make it look nice, and I love the texture of it. We're in a sketchbook, and that is part of the fun. Okay, I love that. Going back down here. And I used to tape off my edges all the time in my sketchbooks, and I quit doing it for a while just because I didn't want to waste the tape or whatever, and it just took forever. But I am gonna definitely look forward to taking the tape off. Okay, and there we go. I love how this turned out. One last thing. We gotta add the stars, so I wanna go ahead and add my Dr. P.H. Martin Bleed Proof White. It became my favorite. Oh, and we gotta add a little bit of shading yet, but we are almost done. So those who are new to subscribing to me, thank you so much. And those who have been subscribed to me since the beginning and for a while now, thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you guys. You guys mean ever so much. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my little favorite, like little star snowflake deal. Give it a little more of a whimsical touch. And then maybe one up here. But I love how it turned out. I don't think it could have turned out any better. Let's put the last little bit of shading in. Might as well, right? So we're gonna go under the roof, under the windows, under that window, under this window, and then under the roof once again. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. And then the last thing I want to do is go ahead and add the last color, which was this Indian red, which by the way is one of my, it's a favorite color of mine. I love Indian red. It is so pretty. So these are the colors we have used. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be safe. God bless. Be kind to one another. And I look forward to the next video. Now, I am going to go ahead and not speak no more, but thank you guys, and then we will do the big reveal. Thank you. Bye, everyone.